The month of Tammuz, the month that we're finding ourselves now in, is referred to as Chodesh HaGeula, the month of redemption, the month of liberation. Why? It is because just under 100 years ago, over 90 years ago, in 1927, the previous Rabbi was arrested and sentenced to death by the communist regime in Russia for the great sin of standing in the forefront of Jewish education, underground mikvahs and shuls, assuring Jewish continuity. They arrested him, sentenced him to death, and within a short while later, it changed miraculously, and he was sent away to exile. And then a few days later, he was freed on the 12th and 13th of Tammuz, which was this week, yesterday and 2 days ago. And those days are celebrated as his Chag HaGeula. Why is the whole month called Geula, the month of redemption? Well, this coming Sunday is the 17th of Tammuz. The 17th of Tammuz is the beginning, the start of the period of the 3 weeks in which we mourn the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, of the Holy Temple that led to the exile. 17th of Tammuz, this Sunday, is a fast day. This is the day that Jerusalem came under siege, and other tragedies that took place on this day, and which led to 3 weeks later, the Beis HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, getting burnt and destroyed. Tisha B'Av. During these 3 weeks, it's a period of mourning. We do not do weddings, we don't listen to music, and so on and so forth. So while it is a negative time, so to speak, a time of sadness, a time of sorrow, a time of, to a certain extent, depression, if I may refer to it this way, at the same time comes Hasidism, Hasidus Chabad, and says, no, it's not a negative month. It is Chodesh HaGeula. It is the month of redemption. I have to share with you the following that bothered me since childhood. I was bothered with a statement that the previous Rabbi made about his arrest and liberation. About the day that he was liberated, he made a very powerful statement. 90-some years ago, in 1927, he says, Lo oti bilvad gal HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem did not redeem me myself, but anyone, all the people who love Torah, who observe, who study Torah, and even the one who only carries the name as a Jew, as a nickname. Gam asher b'shem Yisrael yechuneh. As a child, I was bothered with that statement of how could the previous Rabbi make such a statement, which is very powerful. At the same time, where is modesty? Where is reality? He was a big Rabbi who was in the forefront of fighting for Judaism 100%. It was in Russia, Europe. What does it have to do with Moroccan Jews, where I was born and raised? What does it have to do with the rest of the world? Why is it the day of liberation, the Geula of every single Jew? And as time went on, the question haunted me and bothered me till I realized what is happening. I realized that if not that day of the 12th of Tammuz that led later to his immigration, being saved from the Nazis and from Europe, but to immigrate to the United States, which in turn the Rabbi came to the United States. In turn, the Rabbi took over leadership in 1950. In turn, the Rabbi took over the world with the Chabad centers throughout the world, the official Chabad centers and the centers of Judaism who don't carry the name of Chabad but are inspired by the Rabbi's vision and the Rabbi's leadership. And this is Jewish pride today after the Holocaust. Yes, it is the liberation of every single Jew who doesn't even know what a Jew means. We are there for him. We care for them. And lo yidach mimenu nidach, no one will be left behind. The parsha of this week, it's all connected. Bilam, the prophet who was wicked, not Jewish prophet, wanted to curse the Jewish people. He wanted to find the negativity in the Jewish people. He wanted to get rid of the Jewish people. He did not succeed. Not only didn't he succeed, but as the Parsha says, "Vayafoch Hashem et haklala livracha," God has transformed his curse into a blessing. As we say on Erev Rosh Hashanah during Hatarat Nedarim. Not only did the curses turned into blessings, but amazing, amazing blessings and foundations and principles in Judaism are based on the prophecies of Bilam. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov mishkanesecha Yisrael. How good are your tents, Yaakov, and your dwellings, Israel. The Jewish home, the shul, Jewish life. From the prophecy of Bilam. Those are words of Bilam. Moshiach. The only place in the entire Torah where Mashiach is spoken about explicitly is in the prophecy of Bilam. No communism, no Bilam, no Hitler, no secularism, and no COVID will be in the way of taking away the Geulah, the redemption, and the emphasis. It is not a sad month. Yes, we have the 3 weeks where we must, and where we actually mourn the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, where we yearn for Mashiach, where we yearn for a better world. It's not negative. We emphasize the positive. It is the month of redemption, the month that we reinforce our faith in a better tomorrow. Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom.